Hey, what's up everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today's video is all about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So I've had the opportunity to be able to use both of these devices this year, and I gotta say, I definitely have some thoughts comparing both of these devices to each other. I mean, both are gonna give you a fun, really cool experience, but of course, both do have their strengths and both do have their weaknesses. But let's just start off with the overall design and build quality of both of these phones. I gotta say, both, I mean, no matter which one you go with, you're going to get a beautiful device. The Galaxy Z Fold 6, I mean, it's not like it's our first time seeing, this type of design coming from Samsung. I mean, last year's device and the year prior to that, it still had this same design that the Galaxy Z Fold 6 has. But I mean, there's no doubt about it that it is a beautiful device when it comes to the back, when it comes to the front, and even that inside display. It's definitely a solid device. But when it comes to the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, this is their second foldable device. And they have definitely come a long way fast, if that makes sense. For just being their second foldable device, I mean, you can tell they've really been doing their homework throughout these years that Samsung has been putting out foldable devices, because I'm actually very impressed with the Pixel, 9 Pro Fold. Now, when just talking about the build quality and design, it's the same as the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Definitely a solid device, but beautiful looking design, and especially in this white color that I have here. I'm really loving the overall color, the back of it, nice matte frosted finish, just like what we have with the Galaxy Z Fold 6. That camera bar in the back, or it's not really a camera bar, but just that camera setup definitely differentiates it from, other foldable devices or just other phones in general, because you don't see a camera bar setup like this in the back of most devices, and it just lets you know that, hey, this is the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And then going to that outer front display, this is where I feel it has an edge over the Galaxy Z Fold 6, because we are getting a wider display. It's pretty much just as tall as the Galaxy Z Fold 6, but it is wider, making it feel and look like you have an actual smartphone device in your hand, like just a regular smartphone device. With the Galaxy Z Fold 6, yes, it's got a beautiful display. Both, let me just say this, both outer displays on both of these devices are beautiful displays. Both get bright, the colors, pop, get nice and vibrant. You're getting a sharp image on both of these, and both beautiful displays. But the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is slimmer than what we get with the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Like I said, we're getting that wider outer display, which just makes the experience just a lot more enjoyable, a lot better, because you feel like you're using a regular phone. And I used to think, in the beginning with my Galaxy Z Fold 6 that, the screen was good. I didn't have any problem with it. I was able to get used to it because it is wider than last year's model. But after using the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, now it just makes the Galaxy Z Fold 6 outer display just look too small, and almost makes it feel too small, because I got used to the bigger outer display on the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Now, when it comes to the inside displays of both of these, of course, with the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold having that bigger outer display, it's also going to make that inside display a bit bigger as well, because both sides are going to now be wider compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 6. But I will say that no matter which phone you go with when it comes to that inside display, I mean, the experience is still going to be enjoyable. You're still getting that tablet-like experience. Now, even though the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold does have a bigger inside display, I will say that I do kind of prefer, in a way, the one on the Galaxy Z Fold 6, only because when watching content, it's just, when turning it to the side, it's closer to a rectangular shape rather than a full kind of square shape like the Pixel Fold. And with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, this allows you to watch content without having too big of black bars on the top and the bottom of your content. With the Pixel device, you're getting bigger black bars on the top and the bottom, and it almost makes it feel like, okay, what's the point of this, even bigger display if we're still not going to take full, be able to take full advantage of it. Now, yes, we do have the option to zoom in, but you kind of have to fit it yourself. With the Galaxy Z Fold 6, you kind of just pinch to zoom and it will, zoom to fit the screen, perfectly. With the Pixel device, you have to kind of, measure it out yourself. But aside from that, if you're just, using the device, scrolling, through social media or whatever, or just, multitasking on your device, I mean, you're gonna have a good experience with both of these. And I guess I would say that's where the Pixel device kind of has an edge over the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Because of that bigger display, it does make multitasking just a little bit better, because you're getting more space, on that screen, when you compare it to the Galaxy Z Fold 6. But either way, I mean, I enjoy my experience with both displays. Now, with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, it does cover up that inside camera, which I personally don't ever use. I don't use it at all. So I don't really care if it's covered up, because if I do use it, I mean, picture quality is just, it's trash, to be completely honest with you guys. So I don't even use it. And the same thing with the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I don't use that inner camera as well. I tried it once, and even with it not being covered by the display, it's still not the best camera. It's still something that I would not use. I'm either using that outside selfie camera or the rear facing cameras, in the back of the device. So I'm not even using that punch hole camera cutout. And that's why I love the Galaxy Z Fold 6 inner display, because it covers that, giving you a true all-screen experience, to whereas with the Pixel device, you do see that punch hole camera cutout, which there's really no reason for it, because it's still not the best camera. They should have just tried covering it up like with the the Galaxy device. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's tucked up in the corner. It doesn't get in the way or anything like that. It's just, I mean, I really don't see a point to it being there. For me personally, if I'm not ever going to use it. Now, like I said, both of these devices have beautiful displays. Whether you're looking at the outside display or the inside display, both get more than bright enough, at least for me. But when it comes to customizing both of these devices, I gotta say, I prefer the Galaxy Z Fold 6, because it actually allows you to customize your device exactly the way you want to. And then of course you got Samsung, a good lock, which you can just further customize your device. I mean, the options are pretty much endless. You get to customize that outer screen exactly the way you want. You get to change up the wallpaper, and then go into that inside screen and customize that the way you want to as well. But when I'm trying to customize my Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, whatever I'm doing on the outside display, it stays the same on the inside display. If I change something up on the inside display, it's changing it on the outside display. So say I have two main home screens on that outside display of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. When opening up the device, it's basically giving you those two home screens on the one big screen on the inside. And if I move something around, then it's moving it around on that outside display. So I can't truly customize it exactly the way I want. It's basically, I have to pick one or the other. However I want that outside display to look, or however I want the inside display to look, I gotta pick, which one I think is gonna work best for me, and I can't truly customize it like I could with the Galaxy Z Fold 6. And that's one thing I've always loved about Samsung, is kind of the endless options they give you to be able to customize your device. So I feel that's where the Galaxy Z Fold 6 does have an edge over the Pixel device. But aside from customization, we also got to talk about performance. Both perform good. Both are giving you a nice smooth experience, getting that 120 hertz of smoothness on the outside display, on the inside display. So you're gonna have a smooth experience with both of these devices. Like I said, both perform great, but I will say the Galaxy Z Fold 6 does perform just a little bit better, I've noticed, than the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And I notice it more when I'm editing my 4K video. I notice the Galaxy Z Fold 6 handles it just a bit better. It renders it a bit faster than, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Not only that, but it also handles gaming a little bit better than the Pixel 9 Pro Fold as well. And it's not that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, it gets laggy on me or anything like that, or starts freezing up or anything. It's just, I just find it to be a little bit more smooth on the Galaxy Z Fold 6. And even just, scrolling through the phone, it does seem a bit smoother on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 as well. At least, from my experience with both of these devices. But I will say, when it comes to shooting games on both of these devices, it's giving you more of like a zoom in effect. So even though you do have a bigger display, yeah, it's gonna look nice on the display, but it's also kind of just zooming in more. So you're not really getting the full effect of that shooting game. You can't really see as much as you would as a regular candy bar phone, if that makes sense. So that's kind of one downside to these foldable devices and playing certain type of games with that inside display, is that it's just gonna kind of be more zoomed in and you won't be able to see as much. Like I said, it's more so just with these shooting games. Now, when it comes to the cameras of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, honestly, in my opinion, you can't really go wrong with either of them. I mean, when I'm taking photos with either one of these phones, I'm getting great pictures, whether it's in the daytime or the nighttime. Of course, the cameras aren't perfect. They're not the best that they have to offer. But, if you get the right angle with the right lighting, I mean, you can make it work and get a good photo out of either one. But I will say, with the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, it does do better when it comes to moving subjects. So say for instance, my son's running around or whatever, I want to take a quick photo of him. It will come out a bit more clear than with the Galaxy Z Fold 6. And this is something that has always been known about with, Pixel devices. They just always do a lot better when it comes to moving objects or moving a subject. It's able to, that shutter speed is so fast that it's able to get a more clear shot than, other devices out on the market. Now, when it comes to video, I will say the Galaxy Z Fold 6 does have a little bit of a better video quality. I guess I would say, although the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold does have decent video quality, I wouldn't run around with it. If you've looked at my 4K video test that I did with that device, sometimes video seems a bit jumpy, but it's when you're using different lenses, when you're switching in between lenses while recording, it's just super jumpy. It's definitely not as smooth as the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Not that the Z Fold 6 is super smooth either when, jumping in between lenses or switching between lenses, but it's just a lot more jumpy with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold going from one lens to the other, zooming in and out. And it's not a good look at all if you decide to do that while recording. Now, if you press stop, switch lenses, and then record, then yeah, you can do that. But with still video, I think it actually does a pretty good job. I've actually recorded quite a few videos here on the channel with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and I haven't told anybody, and a lot of you probably have not even noticed, and that's how impressed I was with video quality with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, is that, wow, I'm actually able to use it to record videos here on the channel. Nobody's even saying anything about video quality, if it's bad or anything like that, so it must be good. But I will say I still prefer video quality on the Galaxy Z Fold 6 just a little bit more than the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Now, of course, with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, we are also getting S Pen compatibility. So for me personally, that's a big deal because with my Galaxy S24 Ultra, I am always using that S Pen. So the fact that I get to use a S Pen on a bigger display, the experience is just so much better. And for me personally, I use the S Pen when editing videos. It definitely helps out a lot when multitasking, and it also helps when creating thumbnails here on the channel. Like the thumbnail that you guys saw for this specific video, I use the S Pen to create that entire thumbnail. And like I said, for me personally, it definitely comes in handy, especially, also when signing documents or, things like that. And then of course, we're getting other S Pen features that come with that as well. So S Pen, definitely a big deal for me. But when it comes to using these foldable devices, of course, you're going to want to enjoy using it without having to worry about the phone dying on you because, you're getting this tablet-like experience, with your phone. So when it comes to battery life on both of these, I gotta say I'm actually very impressed with battery life on both foldable devices because, I remember before with the Galaxy Z Fold 5, was it, or Z Fold 5? I can't remember exactly which one. Battery life wasn't really the best. Samsung didn't put their biggest battery in these devices, of course, because, they don't want to make the phones thicker than what they already are when they're folded. So they're not putting the biggest batteries in these devices. But with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, gets me through a full day easy. With the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, gets me through a full day easy as well. And even into the next day, depending on how I'm using my device. I will say that I did notice that the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold did last me just a little bit longer than the Galaxy Z Fold 6. But no matter which device I pick, battery life is getting me through the day, at least for me personally. Of course, everybody's usage is different. Not everybody will get the same results as me. I do have all-day battery drain tests out on this channel for both devices. So if you want to check that out, you can, just so you can, get an idea of what battery life is like on both of these devices. But like I said, for me personally, I don't have to worry about throwing them on the charger, at all during the day. If I want to throw one on the charger at night when I go to sleep, I can do that. But like I said, they're definitely getting me through the day. But just when it comes to just the overall devices of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, like I said, both have their strengths, both have their weaknesses, both are amazing devices, both are very enjoyable to use as well. But if I had to pick just one between the two, honestly, I would have to go with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, And aside from the whole thing that happened to me, I'm sure, some of you may have saw the video where I did damage that device and it was my fault. I did have to send it out, to get repaired, and it was just a whole thing that it took like a month for me to get my phone back. But that was like a customer service thing. But when it comes to the device itself, like I said at the beginning of this video, it is a solid device. Both devices are solid devices all the way around. And of course, when it comes to that inside display, they're not going to be as durable. I would still be careful with either one of these devices because you don't want to risk damaging them like I did with my Galaxy Z Fold 6. But like I said, I would pick the Galaxy Z Fold 6 just overall because it's just an overall more well optimized device for being a foldable phone. Like I said, especially when it comes to, customability, when it comes to just being able to customize your foldable device the way you want to when it comes to the outside display and the inside display. It's running more smoother, it's performing just a little bit better. It's just an overall better device in my opinion. But like I said, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, still a great phone. I still enjoyed it very, very much. I don't have any major complaints with the device, just, the few things that I mentioned here in the video. And like I said, I'm actually very impressed with the device because this is Google's second foldable phone. And for it being their second foldable device, it's actually very, very good, very impressive. I think anybody who does pick one up, I mean, you're going to enjoy your experience. But like I said, for me, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 just offers more of what I need in a foldable device. So I would have to pick that one if I did have to pick between the two. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. Which device would you pick? This is just based off of my own personal experience that I've had with both of these devices, not going off the spec sheets or anything like that. Just wanted to share what my experience was like. But y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment sections below. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you did like this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you're not missing out on any other future videos to come. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.